right, so many things going on in terms of immigration, and I'm so thankful that they come here every other week to join us and explain things to us. Of course, I'm talking about Aquino and Lo sa ating American Dream segment.
This American Dream segment is brought to you by Aquino and Lo Law Firm, answering your immigration questions.
Attorney Allison Aquino, so many things to update us on. Good news or bad news?
Right now, everything is good news.
Okay, good. Let's first talk about the latest visa bulletin that came out. Is this for August 1st, 2013?
Exactly. The visa bulletin is the document that the Department of State issues every year, which determines when a person can submit an application for adjustment of status or when a person can be interviewed if they're still overseas. And so the visa bulletin is released every month. Just today, the Department of State released it. And the great news is that for the category of F2A, starting August 1, that category is actually going to be current, which means that there is no waiting list for the F2A category starting August 1.
Okay, before we get lost in the alphabet soup, what is F2A and what does that mean for us Kababayans who should take advantage of this?
So the F2A category includes individuals who are petitioned by a green card holder, and they're petitioning either a spouse or an unmarried child under the age of 21.
Okay.
And the reason that this is so significant is that for individuals who are in the United States, if they are married to or the child of a green card holder, if they're either lawful in the United States or covered under 245I, starting August 1, they can file the application for their green card, for their work permit, for their advanced parole at the same time as the initial relative petition.
Oh, wow. This is good news.
Exactly.
And they should take advantage of that. I remember we talked about this before for spouses and fiancés. Or thinking about before the thought was if you're a green card holder, you can't petition for a spouse. And now you can.
Well, in limited situations, or not so much limited, but in certain situations.
Okay.
And so people who are in relationships with green card holders do need to be more proactive and not just think, oh, let me sit back, wait until they're a U.S. citizen.
Exactly, right.
Because now there is potentially at least an opportunity where you can apply right away for your green card. And like I said, it's certain situations, so not everyone is going to be able to take advantage of this, but there may be many. And
you should be able to consult with a lawyer and Aquino and Lo Law Firm. They are there to talk to you. Call them for your one-on-one consultation. Meanwhile, in terms of still, getting married and all that, same-sex marriage, all right? What's going on 2 weeks after?
Exactly. 2 weeks from today, or 2 weeks ago, the Supreme Court issued the historic rulings, and since then, California has resumed actively allowing same-sex partners to get married in California. And then as well, since then, the immigration has indicated and confirmed that individuals can go ahead and submit their applications right away. They are accepting applications immediately.
Okay.
As well, immigration has clarified that for individuals who live in a state that does now not allow same-sex marriages, that they can go to a state that does allow it, get married, and apply for immigration benefits.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay, so that's good, too.
Absolutely.
Okay, what about, I got this question from a friend. He has a boyfriend from the Philippines. What about fiancé visas to have so that it enables him to petition a fiancé?
And that's going to be the most common situation, is that because obviously in the Philippines, same-sex marriages are still not lawful.
Exactly.
And so the fiancé visa is going to be a common avenue to pursue in order to come to the U.S.
Okay.
So now they can go ahead and proceed with filing that application for the fiancé petition so that they can come in and get married
here.
Right.
Okay.
But now that it's 2 weeks later, all of the ramifications are also coming out.
Okay.
So now, now people need to realize that not only is the direct petition available, so you can directly petition a spouse, stepchildren for the green card, and also fiancé petitions, but this also applies to, say, someone who is a dependent. So someone who may have, been petitioned as a single child.
Okay.
Now, if their petitioner is a U.S. citizen, they can go ahead and get married and include their spouse as a dependent and get the green card at the same time.
Okay.
Or so, for example, H-1B visas, student visas, now now, if you get married, your husband, wife can also have a dependent visa on the age or, you know, other types of visas.
So everything. Everything that's accorded to heterosexual couples are now accorded to same-sex couples.
Exactly.
Right? As you said. Yeah. And what is the wait time for this? Are they going to fall in line as heterosexual couples do, or?
Well, it's going to be the same lines and non-lines as the heterosexual couples, but it really opens up the gamut because now waivers are available where, you know, these type of thoughts weren't even in people's minds.
Right.
And so now it does broaden it to make it clear that it's not just the direct petitions, it's everything.
Right. So you now have a lot of options. Fiancé visa, and like you said, dependent, waivers and all that. Okay, now let's talk about another thing that people are talking about, DACA.
Yes.
Okay, what's going on in that department?
As far as DACA, it's 1 year later. It started on June 15th, so a lot has gone on. For those who have been granted, fantastic. They have been reaping the rewards of work permits, potentially advanced parole.
Social Security number.
Everything.
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
But the disappointing part is that there is a much less turnout than what was anticipated.
Okay.
When the program started, there was an anticipated 1.8 million individuals who could benefit.
Right.
And as of the end of May, only about 540,000 have tried to submit applications to the Immigration Service.
Okay, what are the reasons for that, and are those reasons validated? I'm going to let Allison go for now because we're running out of time, but call them because they can help you on either of the things that we talked about, on any of the things that we talked about today. But when we return, we have somebody from PwC, Filipino Workers Center, to talk more about DACA. For now, thank you so much, Allison. More power to you.
Thank you, Janelle.
All right, DACA. When we return on the show, don't go away.